I have given poor Bazooka a shot to tranquilize him. You can see just how much weight he's lost. Now, we're 7 or 8 days into this sickness now, so the sickness is going to eventually kill him just by starving him to death. But the sickness is not going to kill him. We give him antibiotics and stuff every day, which is not curing anything at all. It's just keeping him alive. He's drinking water is keeping him alive. I don't think he can eat. I've got my buddy Cade Koppenbarger here, the vet, our veterinarian, go to church with Cade, and great friend, and he's going to work on that once we can get him knocked out, giving him a shot to knock him out. That's the needle you see in him there, and we're simply waiting. This could be successful. It could end in death for Bazooka because he's just so weak. But they're just tough animals. They're very, very tough animals. And we'll just see what happens. If you're seeing this, it probably might turn out successful. If you're not seeing it, it might not. I don't know. We haven't decided. I just thought I'd go ahead and video a little bit of it and show you what happened, and we'll see if it turns out successful or not. But he doesn't act like he's getting any sleepier. Hopefully we're gonna put him to sleep here in just a little bit. That's what that's supposed to do. So far, it doesn't seem to be having much of an effect on him, so we'll see what happens here in a few minutes. I might or might not put this on our deal. All right, we got the deer down now, and he's still alive. This might kill him. We don't know. I mean, he's so weak. But Cade has cut that open, and it's just, I know it might make some of you want to throw up. It's just full of infection and really, really bad. And it goes all the way across, and our problem is that Bazooka can't eat. You can see that coming out there. It's just a terrible, terrible deal. And I don't know, and there's no need for me to narrate what's going on because I don't know what's going on.
What we're doing is just getting all this infection out of here so he can eat and breathe and do all the normal things.
So what you're squirting up in there, just some...
It's flush,
Flush it out, clean
flush
it up.
Everything out, yeah. Yes, antiseptic.
We're going to have to lance both sides because it goes all the way across.
I think we can get it off.
That's going to be the big one there, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And we got a trash bag there because we're going to try to keep everything that was in him from getting into the pen. Try to carry everything out of here that Cade has removed out of that deer. And that way none of the other deers can catch what he's got, if it's possible for them to catch it. I guess it may or may not be, depending on what it is, right, Cade?
There's a few that could be transmissible, so we just want to make sure we get it all out of here.
Take everything with us, leave nothing in the pen.
Yes.
Golly, that's amazing. And I guess it was just getting worse all the time. You still breathing?
Mm-hmm.
I thought I saw him blinking his eyes.
There he is, real.
You know, people don't really think about it too awful much, but when when a human is put out with an anesthesiologist, the reason somebody specializes in that is a lot of times you don't wake up from that. You can be killed just from the anesthetic. The operation can be successful, they can't bring you back. And you've got the same problem with a deer, especially one that's as weak as this guy is. And just like a human, if a human's real weak and you put them out, it's sometimes hard to bring them back. So that's why it's we worry about it, but he's going to die anyway if he can't eat. The only thing that's been keeping Bazooka alive is water and flushing that stuff out. Golly, it's just terrible, terrible, terrible.
Please don't squish that out on
I think don't squish that out on you, huh? Oh, mercy, it's terrible looking stuff. And we want to make sure we don't leave any of this in here, that we carry all this out of the pen. We're thinking and hoping it's not something that can be transmittable, but we don't want to. We want to make sure we leave it all, take it all out of here. or none of the other deer. And we probably will not let any other deer down in this part of the pen for a week or two anyway. Would that help, Cade, probably?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah,
I wouldn't let anybody in here just in case.
Just in case.
We're trying to be really clean here, but I just don't want to take any chances.
Oh, there's a terrible, terrible amount of infection in there, isn't it?
Yes, and that's what it all is. The reason it looked like it's on the other side, it had pushed his voice box all the way across to this side over here. I'm feeling it now. I don't see how he's alive. I don't know how he could breathe or eat at all with that in there.
They're just tough. They're tough
They're
animals.
really tough
They're
animals.
tough animals. They're very tough, and he's lost all this weight.
Brittany, I'm going to take these off, and then you pull them off. All right, and then put new on. And then do you have that Moxie mask? These girls, they have everything ready for me.
Besides, that's kind of, you look up at them and you feel a little bit better when you look at something pretty after looking at something ugly like all that infection.
That's for sure.
Makes you feel a little bit better.
I know your viewers can't smell this, but the smell's pretty right.
Oh yeah, they can. I can't. I'm downwind here, but I figured it was. But oh yeah, can y'all smell that? Can y'all smell that? That's terrible. Yuck. Ah. You just keep flushing and keep flushing until you get it all out, huh?
It's pretty much all now.
I don't know. You're still getting a lot out, it seems to me like.
The old timers call it chicken fat.
Well, it kind of looks like chicken fat, doesn't it?
Inspissated pus. Okay, I'll take all this off.
Like my chicken, like my women, like I like my chicken with a little bit of fat on the side.
There we go.
Ain't too fat, ain't too skinny, just enough to make me grin. I don't know all the words of that song. Thank goodness. Quite a bit of antibiotic there. That's a pretty good shot of it there.
Yes.
My buddy up in Iowa, Dale Hagelin, when they give shots to their deer, of course, they've got chutes where they can run them through and just give them shots and not dart them. He's told me, he said, we give them, where you're giving them 2 or 3 cc's, we give them 15 or 20 cc's. He said, we load them up.
I just gave 12 there.
Yeah, I said, we load them up. I said, we want to knock it. He said, people worried about getting too much antibiotic and too much excellent in them and stuff, but he said, you can't hardly get too much in a deer.
It's a little bitty bottle. Hope you didn't inject that in your leg.
Stuck it down in my pocket in my pants.
That happens.
All that stuff will cure humans too. Same medicine.
You bet.
Pretty much, isn't it?
Medicine is medicine.
Yep.
I'm going to sneak around here and give this in the thick part of the leg.
Is that more antibiotic?
This is the reversal.
Oh, we'll bring him back too?
Yes.
Think you got her all cleaned out?
I think so. Okay. Move all out of there.
He's still breathing, that's good.
It's a good sign.
If we can bring him back too. You want to put that black bag in that bag there probably? Be good. And hopefully, got just a little bit of blood down there. We might not know if we can be able to clean that up maybe.
I can put some dirt in it. Put some of this.
Yeah, a lot of that's
Let's see if we can get it cleaned up before we put the dirt on it, because it might still. See if we can get some of it.
Yeah, paper towels for it.
We sure, yeah, we got some paper towels. We'll kind of try to clean those up. Those of y'all who was wondering how big Bazooka is, he's about 12 on each side. looks like, without getting too carried away of counting them. He's already broke off some. He's about 12 by 13, 11 by 13, something like that. Feel pretty good in there?
Yes. That's what I was doing, is just feeling to make sure that everything was good.
Darts in this bag too?
Yeah, we might as well go ahead and throw those darts away. There's another one laying right over there. I see the orange.
Yeah.
That's the reason I think that's the reason they put the orange on them, so you can find them after you dart them.
Yeah.
You brought them?
Yeah, I did.
Where's the one?
Dart laying over there right in front of you.
Well, that's a big cavity in there.
But if we get him back too, he should that'll heal right back over. And if he ever starts eating again, if he comes back too,
that's gonna be our ticket, is if he gets up and starts eating again.
He's still breathing. That's good. But we may not be able to bring him back. You never know. I mean, a lot of times you don't. It's dangerous when you put a deer down and try to bring him back if he's perfectly healthy. Mm-hmm. That happens a lot when they try to cut their horns off or do various things with them to transport them. Sometimes they try to transport them, and so they'll cut their horns off, and they have a hard time bringing them back, and they lose deer that way. I mean, it's just if you don't want to knock them out if you can help it, which is why doctors do a lot of operations on humans, and where you stay awake to do it. They just deaden things and leave you awake to do the operation, because a lot of times the anesthetic is a dangerous deal, whether you're talking about humans or deer. Sew him back up there.
Gonna sew it up just a little. I don't want it to get full of nastiness. Yeah, he's gonna cut just a minute.
The good thing is he's still breathing, the way I look at it.
That's half the battle.
Is that a disinfectant?
This is a fly spray.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we sprayed the pins today.
He's fixing to get up, guys.
Let's try to get some dirt on that blood there. Get some dirt on, cover that blood up, and we'll keep the other deer out of here.
Put this one here, it'll kill everything too.
Might kill it.
That blood doesn't bother me as much as that.
Yeah.
Little thick pus.
Has that got alcohol or something in it there?
Yes,
yeah, good deal. Good deal. Okay, now we got he's blinking his eyes, so that's good. That's a good sign.
Moving air good.
You can see him breathing all the way down. Well, all you can do is try, because he definitely was not going to live with that big growth. It was just getting worse all the time. And eventually he's going to just cut his hair off. Yes.
This is going to give him the best chance.
Best chance. That's just about all you can do.
You're going.
Having a hard time coming back. Getting better all the time. We've actually given him a couple of shots of recovery. Give him a little extra. Quit breathing on us a couple of times. We're able to get him back breathing. Breathing now. So he's going to go ahead and fully recover back to BC. Guys and girls, the operation was successful.
The recovery was not. What can I say? We worked real hard. Cade and I and the girls and Apache did everything we could to save Bazooka. The operation went fine. We were able to knock him out successfully with one dart, and the operation went well. He had a tremendous amount, as you can see, he had a tremendous amount of infection in there, and we got that out. And he had just lost too much weight, and he was too weak, and we could never bring him back around. We brought him around, and he was awake maybe for an hour, but we never could ever get him to get back up. We lost him 2 or 3 or 4 times, and we would kind of rub and massage his heart, and you know, we didn't give him mouth to mouth, but we just did everything but. And we brought him back 2 or 3 times, and he would kick his legs and almost could get up, but couldn't. And finally, his heart just gave out on him, and he tried hard to recover. We gave him a recovery shot, and actually gave him another one, and gave him some vitamin B complex to give him more energy, steroids. We did all we could to try to save the deer. Raising deer and having deer as pets, like a lot of country folks do, is one of the most thrilling things, especially when you can bring life into the world, when you bring baby fawns into the world, and you help them grow, and you have a success ratio of 24 baby deer born, and 22 of them are still alive at this time of the year, and we're getting close to being able to turn them into the wild. And you realize that of those 22, probably only 12 or 13 would have lived had those deer been born in the wild. So that just fills your heart with joy when that happens, and it's a great thing to do. And you know that you're improving the genetics on your deer every time you do that, and that takes a lot of time, a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of money. It's not an inexpensive game to play, but it's a great game if you are a conservationist, if you love wildlife, if you love deer, if you love fish, if you're trying to make things better, genetics better, wherever you are. It's a great thing to do. But the sad thing is when you experience a loss of life of your herd. It's the hardest thing in the world. It's the hardest thing in the world when you see a baby fawn die, and when you realize that 4 or 5 out of every 10 are caught by coyotes in the woods, and so 4 out of 5 don't make it in the woods. And where you can make 9 out of every 10 make it when you raise them in a pen before you let them go. That's a tremendous success. But to lose that one is heartbreaking. It's just heartbreaking. It's the hardest part of what we do when we do that. My buddy Jay Standifer, that manages a ranch over across the road from Twin Eagle, he loves his job. He loves his job. But he says when he has baby deer, when he has fawns, he said he hates his job when he goes down there and finds one that's sick that he can't bring back to health, and he goes down there and finds one that's dead in the pens. It's just the hardest thing of his job, and he hates his job when it does that, and that's just part of it. You know, my son-in-law is a doctor, and I can imagine how a doctor's got to feel when they lose a human life that they're trying so hard to save. Cade Koppenbarger, our veterinarian, a good friend of mine from church, him and the 2 girls worked really hard. I worked hard helping. Apache worked hard, and yet we lost Bazooka, and it's sad, but it's only a deer, and it's just part of trying to do what we do to make things better, and it happens. It happens. It's just part of it. But we worked really hard. We tried, and like Cade said, Jimmy, you tried way harder than about anybody else would to save that deer's life. And we did. We tried really hard. The operation was successful. We got him cleaned out good, got plenty of peroxide in there, got him washed out good, but we could just not bring him back. And that's what we was worried about, because he was so weak, he'd have lost a lot of weight. I mentioned to Cade, you know, maybe if we'd have got him a week ago, we might have been able to save him. He didn't answer, so I don't know if that's true or not, but we thought it was a snake bite. We didn't realize what it was. Cade said it was probably an abscess somewhere that got infected bad and got down in there and made it got worse. And it actually had pushed his esophagus to the side. He couldn't eat at all. The only thing he could do to drink. Cade said he was amazed that he was alive anyway. Bazooka was a tough deer, a great deer, a prize deer. all in all, it was a defeat. And sad day here at Twin Eagle, but we have Bazooka's babies that are running around, and we'll have more Bazookas running around in his legacy. Guys and girls, go out there and have a great one today. As sad as it is, you know, I sure do love you.